Hey everybody, good evening, or actually it's 4 o'clock, so I guess good day still. This is Tonetta, of course your relationship coach and speak your truth. I just want to come on and do this video while I was cooking so I can talk about, of course, what I've been reading. The book I posted about, I believe yesterday, by Myles Munroe was called Maximizing Your Potential, The Keys to Dying Empty. So I started reading that book this week actually, so I'm on chapter 2.5 now. So I definitely want to come make sure that I talk to you at least about every chapter that I've read. So I definitely want to, of course, introduce you to chapter number 1. I won't be, of course, reading the chapters at all, but just giving you my, like a few of the quotes from the book and that kind of thing, and tell you a little bit about potential, my potential, your potential, that kind of thing as well. So like I said, I definitely want to welcome you to the video. And of course, I've done many videos, of course, cooking and all that kind of stuff. And just in case y'all are wondering what in the heck I'm cooking, I actually have a bell pepper, I have an onion. I would have had some mushrooms, y'all, but they were all fuzzy, so I had to throw them away. So I'm actually making spaghetti, a little bit of hamburger, and then some garlic bread too. So I'll be making that. You may not see the whole entire meal, I can tell you that, but you'll see part of it while I talk about the book. But like I said, a friend of mine actually ordered this book for me, and I've been talking about Myles Munroe to death, I'm sure, because I just found out about him. Maybe about I don't think it was even 2 years ago that I found out about Myles Munroe. And why I have no idea that I never knew about him earlier than that, I don't know. But like I said, I heard about him. Actually, I saw his, I was looking up something one day on YouTube and saw some videos from somebody named Myles Munroe. And I was like, who in the heck is Myles Munroe? So, of course, I went to look and that kind of thing, and it was some awesome videos. And it was mostly talking about leadership, and, of course, the keys to success and character. It was talking about, let me see, there was other things, so I can't think offhand. But I know there was a lot of things in talking about the person, building you up and that kind of thing as well. Of course, because he's an author. He's written, I forget how many books. I think over 20 books, I believe it said. And hey, Jackie, and hey, Ellen, thank you all for tuning in this evening. And this video is actually just random. I just want to kind of finish cooking, or start cooking my dinner and come on here and tell you about the book I'm reading. But like I said, as far as what I saw about him, I'm like, oh my God, he's a pastor. He's a senior pastor of a church that he founded down in the Bahamas as well. And of course, I'm listening to his videos on YouTube. I'm like, where can I meet this man? Does he still hold lectures and that kind of thing? And I had no idea, but I went looking, of course, trying to find out more about him on Google. Come to find out, he has actually passed away. I'm like, oh my God. I think it was back in 2014, 15, 16, one of those years. It was saying, the article that I read, that he had passed away from a helicopter crash with him and his wife, and one of his kids passed away actually. And I'm sure the pilot and whoever else was on board. So I was like, oh my goodness, that's horrible. So of course I can't meet him at this time at all, but I can still, of course, look at all the information that he left. I know he was really big on talking about legacy and that kind of thing as well, and trying to build us up as leaders, I guess I put it that way. And like I said, since then, I have been talking about Myles Munroe and getting one of his books. My friend heard what I said one day and ordered the book for me about a month ago almost. And I'm just now reading it, y'all, but about a month ago, he actually ordered the book for me. So that's been awesome. Like I said, I just read the first chapter and a half, well, 2 chapters and a half this week. The first chapter is actually talking about why maximize our potential. Like I said, this entire book is actually about talking about maximizing your potential and the keys to dying empty. And I know he always talked about, because I know where Les Brown, because Les Brown actually wrote the foreword in the book, and now I see where he got some of his content and that kind of thing, as far as the cemetery and how our dreams and all our goals are buried there and that kind of thing. Now I understand kind of where that come from, and as I thought about it, I'm like, he's mentioned him in other videos that I saw of Les Brown, and never did even click and things like that, but now it has. Hey Kim, how you doing? I hope you're well. But like I said, this has been a good book so far. The first thing I wanted to read you is actually the one of the, I guess the opening, I guess I put it that way. That's of course in the book. But like I said, to me it's very, very powerful. Definitely makes you think about your potential and what you're holding on to. It says, nothing is more irritating. Good Lord, these bell peppers. Guilt-producing and incriminating than an unfinished book. Live to your last chapter. And that I guess, reminded me about, of course, living my life. I guess I put it that way. Living my life and doing the things that I'm doing, and the things that I should have been doing years ago. I guess I can say that. I knew that a few years ago, like I said, I knew that I wanted to, of course, be a coach and that kind of thing as well. Wasn't kind of sure what I wanted to coach about. I knew it was I've always been around relationships and people and things like that. But like I said, I definitely had no idea what I wanted to do. I knew that I didn't want to continue working a 9 to 5, that kind of thing for the rest of my life. I knew that I had to do something, I guess, and start something. I put it that way. And like I said, I know I wasn't just a 9 to 5 worker, that kind of thing at all, and could do nothing else but work 9 to 5. I know that's what the society sometimes will tell you, I guess I put it that way, and of course make you believe. But at some point you have to believe that you have potential to be something different, that you have potential, unless you love working 9 to 5, working for somebody else instead of building your own dream. Like I said, then you do that. If not, if you have a mindset to do something different and to do something else and know that you have more worth and that kind of thing, definitely go ahead and step out there on your own. Like I said, there's a lot of potential that we all have. I know I'm sure I have more potential than what I'm showing as well. And like I said, I know sometimes we just don't see that because we're so stuck in our day-to-day activities, so stuck in our living day-to-day, that kind of thing. Sometimes in survival mode, because I've been there as well. But I'm just here to tell you that of course, the work that I do as a social worker, I've been a social worker for about almost 21 years. It'd actually be 20, hold on. No, actually it'd be 22 years, I'm sorry, in May, May 2021. I've been a social worker for a long time. My concentration was in children and families, and of course that's all I've worked with, I guess I put it that way. Children from birth and families on up to, of course, the elderly. I'm working with the elderly right now, and elderly, seniors, and the disabled. And of course, when I was going out to meet the clients and that kind of thing, like I said, definitely, of course, talking to my clients and that kind of thing, talking to them about, well, they're talking to me about life, shedding their wisdom and that kind of thing, and of course I'm adding into as well. But like I said, just talking to them and hearing about their regrets and what they should have done and what they could have done. And a lot of them told me, of course, that they can't do anything now to the extent that they want to do it because they're sick. They're either on dialysis or they have cancer or they have all these illnesses or that kind of thing. And like I said, I was thinking about that. Well, I always think about that anyway. Whenever I get down or whenever I feel that I can't do whatever it is I'm putting my mind to, I always think about those things. How would my life be if I never even stepped out on my own or with somebody else or whoever I'm with to even try to do something, I put it that way, to even try to do some of the stuff that I love and that I liked. Like I said, I always think about that and I always go back to all those conversations that we had. And I'm just here to tell you, no matter how old you are, no matter how young you are, no matter what color, what race you are, any of those things, like I said, you can definitely step out there and do whatever you want to do, given your potential, given whatever you think that you can put your mind to. I know that sometimes we limit ourselves. I limited myself for a long time, saying, oh, I don't think I can do this, or I don't think I got enough experience, or I don't think I have this or that. And like I said, I had to just step out there on faith one day. Just like, okay, well, either this is going to work or it's not going to work. The way I look at it, because I've had other businesses as well, of course, stepping out on faith and seeing what you can do. Like I said, of course, that'll give you a spirit of, I got this, I guess I put it that way. A spirit of that I know I can do anything. I know anything is possible. I guess I say that as well. And like I said, that was definitely something that I thought about and realized, I guess, again, while I was reading this book. And like I said, reading that little sentence about live your life to your last chapter, I know there's a lot of things that I still want to do in this life. I'm sure that Kim, Jackie, Ellen, Karen, Rachel, I'm sure all you all have a lot of things that you all want to do as well. I see Ellen talking about she wants to try and build her dream. You're not going to try, you want to build that dream, I'm pretty sure. Rachel's building her dream, of course, with the craft business and that kind of thing. I'm not sure what Karen and Kim and Jackie are doing at this time, but I'm sure they're, of course, building something that they love and something that they're passionate about and something that's, of course, whatever their mission is in life. And like I said, just thinking about living your life to your last chapter, I don't care if it's traveling, anything that you want to do, make sure that you're getting out there trying to do those things. Yes, I know right now with the traveling situation, we can't really travel much, but that's okay. At some point, things are going to open back up. It may not be this year, it may not be next year. We have no idea at this time. But like I said, we definitely can still start taking steps towards our dreams. There's no reason that we can't. I started my coaching business this year, actually, in the beginning, in the midst of COVID. I guess I put it that way. I knew that, like I said, that was something that I've always wanted to do. Not always, but for like the last few years that I wanted to do. And I kept talking about it on my page and some videos in the past and how I'm going to do this and how I'm going to do that. But I didn't have enough faith and belief in myself that I can even get out there and do that until I just jumped and did it. I guess I put it that way. Like I said, a lot of times I always remember Steve Harvey talking about just jump and go ahead and do whatever it is and get your wings as you fall down. I guess I put it that way. So like I said, I definitely always remember that, and I'm sure you all will remember those kind of things as well. But whatever you're looking at in life, definitely go ahead and pursue it. Like I said, I'm sure you have the potential to do it, especially if it's on your mind, and especially if God gave you that talent or whatever it is, go ahead and start doing that. The next thing that I read in that book, in that first chapter, because this is all actually from the first chapter, why maximize? And like I said, that's my reason why I want to maximize, why I want to do this, why I want to live to my potential. And he was talking about that as well. Make sure that we all live to our potential. Like I say, he was definitely a great teacher, at least to me. I call him my spiritual teacher, I guess I put it that way. Even though I never will get a chance to meet him, but that's okay. I can definitely meet Myles Munroe through his videos and all the books that I'm reading and that kind of thing as well. But like I said, definitely, if you have something that you want to do in this life, definitely get yourself out there and do it. There's no better time than now to start. The next thing he was talking about was mediocrity and how a lot of us live below our actual giving potential. I put it that way. The first little thing is about, it says mediocrity is living below our known true potential. And he was talking about how we accept the norms and how we set our and how we need to set our own standards for excellence. We always have to set our own standards for excellence. Society will tell us that we can't do this because we're a woman, or we can't do this because we're black, or we can't do this because we're disabled, or we can't do this because you're over 40, or whatever the case may be. You can set your own standard for your own living. You don't have to listen to what society tells you. That's the norm, I guess, of whoever. I have, you know what, I never actually knew who actually sets these norms. I really don't know, but I guess it's just things that people say. That's just a common thing to say, I would assume. Other than that, I'm not even sure who sets the norms. So always think about that when you're looking at all the things that you, of course, want to do and think that you cannot do. There's no reason or no actual law or anything else that says you can't do whatever it is. If you want to do something, then just go ahead and do it. I don't care, like I said, how old you are, what color you are, where you live in this world. Just go ahead and do it. And if God gave you those gifts and talents to go ahead and go for that thing, then just go ahead and go for it. Like I said, if it's for you, it's definitely going to be for you. Once you step out there on faith and start doing whatever it is you need to do as far as building that dream. The next thing, like I said, he was talking about the curse of comparison. It says, your true capacity is not limited, reduced, or altered by the opinion of others or your previous experience. I know I've been guilty of that as far as, oh, well, so-and-so said, so-and-so said I couldn't do this, or so-and-so said I couldn't do that. That's just their limited thinking and their limited abilities. It's not ours. Like I said, they try to enforce it on us at times. Give me 1 second, y'all. Hold on. These onions are driving me crazy, y'all. But some people in our family, some people in our friend group, that kind of thing, like I said, definitely, no matter what their opinion is of us, we have to realize... We have to realize that we can still do whatever we put our mind to. Like I said, they don't run our life. Some people do allow other people to run their life and that kind of thing as well. But at some point, I hope that you realize that it's your life. It does not matter if your friends or if your family said you couldn't do this, or your school teacher thought you was dumb, or whatever the case may be. Whatever they said, you don't have to answer to anything that anybody calls you or tells you. If you're answering to whatever it is, then that means that you feel that way. Like I said, you definitely don't have to answer to that at all. You don't have to answer to, of course, being I guess, don't know how to read or don't know how to write or whatever the case may be, or being a whore, because some folks have said that as well. So I deal with relationships, or being stupid, or can't start a business, or nobody in the family has started this. You don't need to start it either because you're never going to be anything, all those kind of things. You definitely have to step outside of that, just like Kim said step out and do it. Believe in yourself. You're doggone right, Kim. Like I said, there's a lot of folks who do allow other people to, of course, hold them back because the person has said they couldn't do this, and they believe whatever it was that the person was, of course, telling them. Like I said, you have to set your own, the same thing he's saying in this book, you have to set your own standards for excellence. You cannot listen to what other people tell you. The same thing Les Brown said, the same thing Steve Harvey says, the same thing a lot of folks are, of course, telling us. Eric Thomas, all those kind of people, they always say the same things as well. And I'm sure that's how they got to their success as well, just stepping out on their own face and setting their own rules and regulations for themselves and not with society's norms. The next thing he said, he was talking about, he says, your true capacity, it says true success is what you have done compared to what you could have done. And he gave an awesome example in the book, and I guess I can just kind of, he was talking about how he was in the classroom, because this was in one of his videos as well that I heard the first time. He was in the classroom, of course, I guess in grade school, middle school, whatever it was. And some of the kids, of course, I think it was a science class, and he was the highest grade in the class. I think it was like a 59 or a 60 or something like that. And he took his grade, and everybody else had like 30s and 20s, and they all still flunked, but it doesn't, I mean, but his was like the highest score. And he said he went home to his mom or his parents or whoever it was and just let them know, of course, look at his grade, and he did the best in the class. And his parent was like, okay, you did, this is a higher grade than everybody else's, but what is your actual true potential? I know a lot of times we, of course, try to dumb ourselves down because of whoever else is around us or that kind of thing. But I'm just here to tell you, you do not have to dumb yourself down for anybody. I don't care if it's for your partner. I don't care if it's for your family, if it's for your friends, if it's for your kids, for your job, whoever it is. You don't have to dumb yourself down, making it seem like you don't know this, you don't know that, or you don't have to, of course, compare yourself to those other people who may just be like right under where you are. Say if you have a full-time job and they're working part-time, you're, oh, I'm still doing well because I'm working full-time. That means nothing, especially if you're not living to your full potential of starting your own business or being your own coach or starting your own bakery business or whatever it is. You have to live to your actual potential capacity, not somebody else's. And the last thing I want to tell you all, it was another quote, or the last quote, because this book actually has a study guide. But it's talking about, it says, don't be a pigeon if you were born to be an eagle. And that meant to me that, of course, I don't, like I said just a little while ago, don't dumb yourself down. If you know that you're meant to soar and you're meant to fly, don't just stay on the ground, stay low, hide behind people trying to play in the background. You have to get yourself out there in the forefront, especially if you're looking to make something of yourself. Nobody's going to notice you, in the background as a background singer or whoever else if you're not even out there in the forefront. You have to, of course, soar and, of course, rise above whoever you're trying to rise above, usually yourself, and trying to make sure that you're getting yourself out there, getting your business, whatever it is out there, talking about your journey or whatever you want to be talking about or doing. Like I said, you definitely cannot play in the background, especially if you're looking at maximizing your potential. Like I said, that was something that I had to realize as well back in the day. I'm like, okay, I can't keep saying I'm going to be in the background, do this, and I want to make all these things and do all these things, but I just want to be on the background and be on the hush-hush and do all these things and give them out and not do all. But like I said, at some point I had to realize that I had to fly and soar and not just, like I said, be in the background and not just let everybody else lead the way while I'm in the background working on things. I knew that wasn't me, and I knew I wasn't comfortable being there either. Like I said, I'm sure you all are not comfortable being there either, and something that's telling you to push for it, whether it's this message in this video or some other video you may see online or on YouTube or wherever you're going to be looking at. Like I said, if you definitely have the spirit of an eagle to go ahead and fly and to soar, go ahead and do that. Obviously, that is your potential to do that. Obviously, that means that whatever you're doing right now is not going to be your forever, and there's something new coming, I guess I put it that way. So I just wanted to come on with this video this evening while I was getting food cooked, and just to tell you all that. Like I said, in this first chapter, he's talking about why maximize. It's important for us to maximize. I know that. I know living with, like I was back in the day, paycheck to paycheck, that kind of thing, living in survival mode, not knowing what's going to happen tomorrow, all these kind of things going on. My mind was just racing and running, trying to, of course, just stay up day to day, get things paid whenever they were paid, all those kind of things, and not really take my time out to actually try to move above where I was currently at back in the day. Like I said, I definitely had to make that decision. I'm letting you all know you can make that decision too. Nobody's here to hold you back but yourself. Always remember that yourself is the only one that can hold you back, regardless of what your parents say, your partner says, regardless of what your kids say, if you're in school, or your employers, or whoever, regardless of what whoever says. Like I said, you definitely have the potential to be something better. I know that. Like I said, I knew that in myself, and I'm sure you know that in yourself as well. So get out there and start soaring like that eagle, y'all. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and get my butt off here, but I just want to bring some positive words for you all this evening, since I'm at home cooking and trying to go ahead and get things done. So I decided to just take some little notes, and so I can talk to you all about them while I was cooking. So, and I've already actually cut up my onions and bell peppers, y'all. So those are actually done. So next, I'm going to get off here though, but you won't see this part. But I'm going to go ahead and get the spaghetti in the pots, and I have hamburger waiting too. So like I said, I'm going to finish cooking my dinner. But I just want to come on with this positive video just to let you know that you have access to, I guess, to maximize your potential and to create whatever kind of world you want to create. So go ahead and create it, y'all. So again, Jackie, Ellen, Kim, Karen, Rachel, Lynn, Nicole, thank you all for tuning in this evening. And for those of you all who catch the replay, definitely enjoy. And remember that, I'm going to read this again. Don't be a pigeon if you were born to be an eagle. So take care, y'all. Have a good one. Bye-bye.